First, the top news headlines. Manipur records 11 COVID-19 positive cases. Delhi climbs to 55. MSU observes 31st Students' Emancipation Day 2020. And 1,359 state natives return home in 2 Shramik special trains. Good evening and welcome to Times of Manipur. This is Suraj Khongban Tabam giving you the news. Now the news in detail. In a largest single-day spike, Manipur reported 11 COVID-19 cases, 9 males and 2 females today. 7 samples were confirmed at the Virus Research and Diagnostic Laboratories VRDL of Regional Institute of Medical Sciences RIMS and 4 at VRDL Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Medical Sciences JNIMS, according to Dr. Sashi Kumar Mangang, Additional Director and Spokesperson of Health Department Manipur. The tally now stands at 55 in the state. Of this, 50 are active cases and 5 have been discharged from the hospitals. The 11 patients have been shifted to the COVID care facilities at RIMS and JNIMS hospitals for necessary control measures. Today's 11 fresh cases were 7 from Thoubal district, 1 from Kaching district, 4 from Churachandpur and 2 from Technopal district. Hospital sources said their condition is stable. 1 COVID-19 patient at COVID care facility of JNIMS was discharged today after he tested negative. Assam recorded 50 new COVID-19 positive cases today. With this, the total number of cases in the state has gone up to 798. Among the 15 fresh cases, 11 are from Kamrup Metro District, 3 are from Dibrugarh and 1 from Lakhimpur. According to media reports, this was confirmed by State Health Minister Hemanta Biswa Sharma through his official Twitter handle this morning. Notably, 87 people have recovered from the disease and were discharged from various hospitals across the state. At present, there are 704 active cases in the state. The state has witnessed 4 deaths so far, while 3 COVID-19 patients migrated to other states. Nine more persons have tested positive for COVID-19 in Nagaland, taking the state's total tally of active cases to 18, according to media reports. However, there is no confirmation from the State Health and Family Welfare Minister as Peng Yu-fong. The new cases include 6 from Dimapur and 3 from Kohima. Accordingly, there are now 12 active cases in Dimapur, 5 in Kohima and 1 in Tuensang. Meanwhile, Mizoram Chief Minister Zoramthanga has said that his government is contemplating on the extension of lockdown beyond May 31st, according to media reports. The nationwide lockdown for imposed to break the chain of coronavirus spread will end on May 31st. However, Mizoram Chief Minister said that the extension of lockdown is crucial in view of the present situation, as thousands of people are returning to the state from different parts of the country. However, officials and medical experts will consider the matter to take a final decision, he said. A 70-year-old man allegedly stabbed his wife to death last evening at Saiton Litan Pokpi Ward number 4 in Kumbi of Bisnupur district. The deceased was identified as Soibam Ongbi Pisakmacha Devi, aged 65 years, wife of Mani Singh of Saiton Litan Pokpi Ward number 4. A team of Moirang police station rushed to the scene and apprehended Mani. An FIR has been lodged regarding the incident and investigations are underway, a report said. The 31st Students' Emancipation Day was observed at Moirang Multipurpose Higher Secondary School, Moirang, under the aegis of the All Manipur Students' Union MSU Bishnupur District Committee today. The observation started with a flag hosting ceremony. Floral tributes were paid to the martyred students. It may be mentioned that the event commemorates the September 30th, 1973 incident wherein 3 student protesters died, including Hawizam Ibohol, who was killed on the spot in a police firing. They were students of Moirang College then and were demanding the government to address the problem of shortages at Moirang Multipurpose Higher Secondary School. 5 students who took part in the agitation were arrested by Moirang police. Some students were also injured in the police firing. In the crackdown, Urikingbam Kelen and Kumam Sharat were critically wounded and later succumbed to their injuries. MSU Headquarter President Peter Laishram, MSU Bishnupur District Branch President K.H. Madhumangol, Secretary K. Ajay, Apunbanupilo President L. Ngambi, Vice President and Bimola, General Secretary M. Anita attended the event. Peter Laishram said that Students' Emancipation Day is observed to honor the 3 martyred students who sacrificed their lives for the cause of students. During the event, Peter appealed that fees of any kind should not be collected from students during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Fubi say bidana amadi lockup chitabogda Hawaii pota pihan kiba pikamnan kiba adugum lava togdok adubu ngasisu manipur mayoroshingi apun balup emsuna kutraga mathoi suba Student Emancipation Day mahirogi hakkan banumit na leptana pangtutun lagli.
A Shramik special train has brought back 907 stranded Manipuris from Kerala today. The train left Trivandrum Central Railway Station on May 23rd last. It reached Jiribam Railway Station at around 5:10 a.m. This is the 16th train to have ferried back returnees to the state. The returnees underwent mandatory screening before leaving for their respective districts. The returnees were 26 from Ukhrul, 179 from Bishnupur, 75 from Thoubal, 206 from Kaching, 19 from Chandil, 73 from Imphal East, 60 from Senapati, 91 from Tamenglong, 58 from Kamzong and Imphal East, 37 from None, 36 from Kangpokpi and 47 from Farjol. Later in the afternoon, another Shramik special train ferried back 452 stranded state natives from Gujarat. 10 migrant workers from West Bengal left More in Technopal district today. Joint Secretary of Manipur Home Department issued transit movement pass to them. Upon reaching Imphal, they will join another 21 migrant workers and will leave Imphal for West Bengal. Well, it's time now for a short commercial break. Do stay tuned.
Sangai Services Private Limited, Yelhumida Thabak Pirase, Thabak the Chilhau Thiroise. Houzik lockdown Namaram Oiraga, Sangai Services Private Limited ki Anova Service Kara Hapchinjare. Service Singaduri, medicine home delivery, home blood sample collection, sanitization services, face masks, gloves, hand sanitizer, home delivery service, stay home, stay safe. Order to Binabagidama, contact Tobirau 70050717707 Natraga 70055112624.
Welcome back after the break. Assam is reeling under heavy floods as incessant rains continue to lash the state. The floods have affected around 2 lakh people in 229 villages of 7 districts, including Hozai, Dhemazi, Lakhimpur, Mazuli, Darang, Nalbari, Golpara, Dibrugarh and Tinsukia. Close to 9,000 people have been taking shelter in 35 relief camps set up in Dhemaji, Lakhimpur, Golpara and Tinsukia districts. Flood waters have caused widespread damage to crops. Over 1,000 hectares of standing crops have been submerged in water. Moreover, domestic animals and poultry have also been affected by the floods. Meanwhile, the Regional Meteorological Department (IMD) has warned that heavy rains are likely to continue in Assam and Meghalaya.
So many villages are affected by flood. Till now, approximately 30-35 villages are affected, and water level is still rising. And in like places like Kumrakata, Raikata, and Jamuna Set are already submerged, and this water will flow towards Kubbogori till evening or till tomorrow. And SDRF started the rescue operation at Kumrakata.
ngati voda for 69 years today two minutes of waiting the 100 canadi so khangen dengle ising je ta tinamun batung namu kyam hel to ba egi donadon tinja kyam wa do diba asi kunum ke adi sarkar ki magidi ki kidang nyang ke yambi di mayam je kidang awa ko ka rai nai na sarkar da bintong ningi.
In the midst of the rising of positive cases of the COVID-19, suddenly flood occurred in this area. Large human habitat areas submerged under water. In this juncture, Health Department of the COP advised the people not to go out of their homes to safeguard themselves from the COVID-19, and on the other hand, people are fighting for food and shelter. The big questions among the people is that whether they will follow the standard rules issued by the government to protect the coronavirus, or whether they fight for the survival from the flood. Cameraman Vivek with Hamanta Morangtam, Times of Manipur, Assam, Huzai.
Maira Paibi Numit Observation Committee, Poirei Lemerol Maira Paibi Apunba Manipur, Mapwalk and Amawuval jointly observed Maira Paibi Day 2020 at Kurai Salanthong in Imphal East today. The participants paid floral tributes to the statues of departed Maira Paibi leaders at the venue. COVID-19 protocols were maintained during the function. 46 inmates of a quarantine center at Trade and Expo Center in Lamboy Khongnang Khong have been sent home on completion of mandatory quarantine of 14 days. Initially, 91 returnees were put in the Trade and Expo Quarantine Center. 33 returnees were admitted to this center late last night. Manipur Deputy Chief Minister Yumnam Joykumar said that the quarantine center is run with support from the state government and that efforts have been made by the authority concerned to ensure there is no shortage in the center. He also added none of the inmates in the center has tested positive for COVID-19 as of now.
Ngasi bawda mi nifu taruk amadi kanu taba 14 days quarantine kanu loidna ngasi di moi koi kanu da ne mai da for the home quarantine adu tawna na ba ngasi ka koi sidegi moi koi sidegi moi thado gani na laibu phabdegi koi gi sidida karuma positive oiba we phawde amta yawde aduna kana ta mai da nuai na leiruna ba smai to na koi na moi da koi na kana ta gi well wish ko adu tawga smai to thado.
Manipur State Council CPI has underlined on the need to convene an all-party meeting considering the spike in COVID-19 cases in the state in the past few days. Through a press release today, the party also maintained that the Health Department and COVID-19 Task Force in the state need to monitor whether all institutional and community quarantine centers in Manipur are strictly following the COVID-19 protocols. Considering the hardships faced by the district administration, police department, medical staffs, media persons and quarantine centers in Senapati district, the Senapati District Women Association SDWA Manipur under the supervision of Naga Women's Union Manipur today donated relief materials to frontline workers in Senapati district. The items included personal protective equipment PPE, face masks, packaged drinking water, biscuits. Member of SDWA Manipur also reached out to police personnel and medical team posted at the entry point of Mauget COVID-19 screening center. The association further distributed face masks to Presidents Rongmei, Mao, Maram, Zimi, Lengmai, Paumai and Thangal villages of Senapati. Manipur Rural Bank None branch in collaboration with Rongmei Naga Youth Organization RNYOM today distributed essentials commodities to institutional quarantine center at Tengkongjang Higher Secondary School None. The items were handed over to Namlalung Gangmei SDO None in presence of COVID-19 volunteers. Mobile Film Distribution Center MFDC yesterday caught 3 persons involved in piracy of CD cassettes of a recently released Manipuri film Khurai Angaubi. They were identified as Rocky Kundongbam, aged 31 years of Yairipok Bazar, Guru Mayam Samananda Sharma, aged 47 years of Leironthel Pitramaya Lekai, and Thiam Herojit Singh, aged 30 years of Angtha Mamang Lekai. MFDC proprietor Jayanta urged all to stop film piracy for the sake of Manipuri film industry. Council of Architecture has urged the public to remain alert against people impersonating as architects. The council stated that a person who have registered as an architect with the Council of Architecture can call himself or herself as an architect and use the title and style of architects for carrying on the profession of an architect in India. A team comprising of former BJP Manipur Pradesh Vice President Thokchom Jadumani, Thobal Sub-Divisional Officer SDO Mayengbam Ingocha, BJP Khangabok Mandal President L. Tomba Khuman, members of Youth Organization Khangabok, YOK and Core Committee Khangabok today inspected Arong River stretch of Khangabok and Athokpam in Khangabok constituency of Thobal district.
Honorable अखोगी सीएम नोंथोन बेना अखोगी ममांग द फ्लड थोखिबदा सिगुम थोदों तौदरम हाइगिबदो सिंगनब माले बसेना अखोगी हानगी सीएम बिरम एक्स सीएम अखोई इबोबी साइबतेना थमजरी मसी थिंजनबियो साना खंगना बेबाकी सही त्रांगा सीएम ओरकपनी अदो मखाता बसेदा अथोकफम खामो हाइबोगी करिमत लेते मसी अथु मतम इसाना खंग इसागी मीसिंगजी खुंदा लेतहन बसे अखोई थिंजनबियो हाना सारिबिसिंगजु लोकथोकनब सिनबियो हाइबसेना थमजरी.
Head of Department of Biotechnology Department, SK Women's College, Bisnupur, Dr. Wahengbam Robindro donated face shields to Nambol MLA N. Loken at his Sangaipro residence. Robindro said that the legislature also needs face shields. Chairman of Bhubon Technical and Skill Development BTSD Private Limited, Naurem Nabachandra, Director Naurem Binarani and proprietor of Bhubon Brickfield, Naurem Nopur provided ration to the inmates of 10 community quarantine centers of Kakching district today.
amadi asagi magi suja nomje ba mayam du gi thoni thai bu du gi piba matamda aikoina quarantine tawriba aikoi isa singda madu matik sana akoi gi makoi gi marang kan piba kitang khuyong na bulai maramasina asumba mayam asibo koi ese Kakching district mangda amadi Kakching da leba quarantine center tara gi matoi gi matanta leba singda su awaba mayang ne community quarantine singda aikoi sum ba sing mafam singda community quarantine singda khado cha ka mating pangba aikoi laksabane.
Chief Functionary of Northeast India Security Service NEISS, Khangembam Priyojit provided meal and drinking water to the inmates of a quarantine center at Tentha Primary Health Center today. Let's take another short commercial break. Stay tuned.
Langol View Charitable Clinic haina khangnaram mafamasi Lamjingba Hospital and Medical Research Institute Private Limited haina khangnarakani. Mafamasida medicine, gynecology, surgery, orthopedic, ENT amadi pediatrics ka mari lenaba analaying service singi khudong chawal lobiyo. Akupamarol gidama contact tobiyo Lamjingba Hospital and Medical Research Institute Private Limited, RIMS Southgate near Kombire Kaithel. Hospital helpline number 8258967890.
Welcome back. Moirang Kendra Progressive Front MKPF, under the supervision of social worker Thongam Santi, distributed packaged drinking water bottles at 9 quarantine centers under Moirang constituency today. MKPF volunteers handed over around 2,000 half-litre water bottles to Moirang Subdivisional Officer C.H. Somerendro. Social worker T.A. Santi is short of extending every possible help towards the district administration in combating the deadly COVID-19 pandemic. He further said that he, along with MKPF, will arrange 2 winger vehicles to ferry individuals from quarantine centers to home quarantine.
Hena sati ba leina amusu amuk lakadoi sigumba leina si lakna ba idongta ekhoina lanjang sida bating pangboina akoi district administration da haiba quarantine center ai moirang ken gi season sa sing leiba center sing sida makoi marang kaina ising sida na ba thakna phangna da idongta drinking water bottle lising ani se koi lemna ekoi moirang ken progressive front ki mai ke gi district administration da ngasi se sumai dongna khusin na bali ni.
Thoubal District United Women's Development Organization, Thoubal IMA, provided edible items to backward development services, BDS Children Home for Girls and Senior Citizen Home for Older Women, run by Wangzing Women and Girls Society, WWAGS, Thongjao Awanglekai. General Secretary of the organization, M. Sanatombi, said that the distribution was to commemorate the 22nd Foundation Day of Thoubal IMA.
Blind home, amadi wangbangi children home, old age home, sarang party home, hana kogi tang kunda, koi Thoubal IMA gi foundation day amadi April kulhumdoi, kongjom day haina khangna riba dugi numito dasu koi home mari do da sacharubani. Adunga sina koi sumnang lekai da leiba, koi doctor gi role adu da lehoba, children home do dasu ekoi ngasi ngamjaba kharap pirame, aduga hujik lakchari basisu ekoi na Lejaba karadang ahan jingjigi sana thangna naba ji corona matam jigi pochai leiba khotpa matam sida ngamna da ba sida akoina ahan jingjing sana naba mateng khitang pujarakpani.
The total number of novel coronavirus cases in India climbed to 1,58,333 this morning after a spike of more than 6,500 cases in the last 24 hours. According to the Union Ministry of Health, as many as 19 COVID-19 patients died in last 24 hours, which took the death toll to 4,531. As of this morning, there are 86,110 active cases of coronavirus, while 67,691 patients have recovered or discharged from the hospitals. The total also includes a migrated case. As per reports, around 42.75% patients have recovered so far. The novel coronavirus-related death toll in the United States has surged past 1 lakh, while over 3,50,000 people have been killed due to the deadly infection globally. Tripura Chief Minister Biplab Deb will begin surprise visit to different villages and review the preparedness to combat COVID-19 pandemic. This was informed by State Education Minister Ratul Lal Nath. According to a media report, Biplab said that the state government is giving more stress on home quarantine of peoples as there is no enough institutional quarantine facility option with the state government. The cabinet has decided to give importance on home quarantine so that the fight against COVID-19 is effective. Nath said. Meanwhile, Biplab Deb also instructed the secretaries of panchayats and village committees to set up quarantine centers in their respective areas for accommodating suspected COVID-19 cases or those coming from hotspot areas. Around 90,000 hectares in 20 districts have been affected in the state due to the locust attack, said an official today. According to a media report, swarms of locusts have moved from Sri Ganganagar, Nagaur, Jaipur, Dausa, Karauli and Swami Madhopur towards other areas in Uttar Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh after the authorities conducted operations to tackle them. Crop over 4,000 hectares in Sri Ganganagar and 100 hectares in Nagaur have been destroyed. Swarms of locusts can travel up to 150 km a day with a speed of 15 to 20 km per hour, and since there is no standing crop in the fields, they are targeting trees and other valuable vegetation, the official said. Meanwhile, Agriculture Department had carried out locust control operations on 67,000 hectares in the state of Rajasthan, the report added. Security forces in Jammu and Kashmir averted a major incident of a vehicle-borne improvised explosive device (IED) blast in Pulwama this morning after an explosive-laden vehicle was intercepted in the district. According to media reports, joint team of the Jammu and Kashmir Police, the Army and the CRPF swing into action last night following an input that a terrorist was moving with an explosive-laden car in Pulwama district ready to blast at a location. As per reports, based on intelligence inputs, the security forces intercepted a white Hyundai Santro car in Rajpura of Pulwama, and a few rounds were fired late night. The driver of the car, however, abandoned the vehicle and escaped after an initial gunfight. The vehicle was kept under watch for the night and meanwhile evacuated nearby villages. Security forces called in bomb disposal squad today and the vehicle was exploded, sources said. The explosives were kept in a blue drum of a car which had a fake number plate. The car was registered in the name of a two-wheeler owner registered in Kathua, sources said. Do join Tom TV's new program, Your Voice, Adomgi Khonzel. Please express your grievances and issues through our channel. Send audio or video to our WhatsApp number 940-249-1494 along with a copy of your Aadhaar card. Please mention your name and address properly. Be a citizen journalist. Let's listen to today's Your Voice.
Impal being gearing up for smart city here in Temelong district, like one of the most backward district in the state, and Tamai, the sub-divisional headquarters of Temelong district in particular, is the most backward and secluded place on earth, I should say. As here you see, we lost one of our uncles who is a migrant worker from Bihar. He met with an accident here at Tamai, but to my surprise, like there was no emergency life-saving gears at Tamai, plus even the single ambulance that we have at Tamai is also not working, and we can't find even the drivers and even the doctors who are not willing to help out because they just give an explanation like this is a PHC, what can we do? I humbly request the government and the concerned authorities to at least upgrade Tamai PHC into whatever level you name it, but at least provide us with life-saving gears and intensive care units and other necessary machines and tools to be used for emergency services, so that we can save some lives in Tamai, because we are far away from cities, in fact state capital city, and then also from district headquarters.
Before we wind up, let's have a quick look at the top news headlines once again. Manipur records 11 COVID-19 positive cases, daily climbs to 55. MSU observes 31st Students' Emancipation Day 2020. And 1,359 state natives return home in 2 Shramik special trains. Well, that's all for now. Keep watching Times of Manipur.